Hey, today we're going to talk about knee flex and how too much knee flex could be hurting the way you change directions from the backswing to the downswing.
So there's no better feeling knowing that when you wake up in the morning to go play golf, so that you're going to play well. There's no better feeling of hitting good golf shots down the fairway. Years ago, I was frustrated because I lost that. I was confused, I was frustrated, and then I met Mo Norman and learned the single plane swing. And so now I wake up every day and I know I'm going to hit it well, I know I'm going to play well, I know I'm going to have fun. So my mission today is to help as many people as possible wake up every day feeling good that they're going to go out there and play great because of the single plane swing.
Hey, it's Todd Graves. Welcome to the channel today. One of the things I like to bring to you on this channel is some of the things that I work on, I struggle with, and what has really helped me get insight into the golf swing. One of those things we're going to talk about today, which is knee flex. Now, when I teach people about the legs and how the legs work, the discussion has to get into what's the function of the lower body, what's the position of the feet that's ideal, and also how does the pelvis work, because that affects what happens in the upper body. I see too much knee flex as a very destructive way of hurting the way the body uses the lower body to transition and change directions and produce speed. One of the things that's been taught in golf, which I think is probably another thing that gets taught incorrectly in the game of golf, is that you should have knee flex. This whole idea of having this athletic position to hit a golf ball. I'm not saying that I haven't seen good address positions with that concept, but people can take it too far, and they tend to think that, okay, I've got to kind of be sitting down like I'm at. Well, I remember one instructor said it's like you're getting, you got to be stable enough if somebody hits you. I don't agree with that at all. And the reason I don't agree with that is because the body is rotational. And if you notice, and look, you don't have to agree with me on this stuff, but you know that the golf swing is a rotation back and rotation through. All good players have rotation in their golf swings. And if you want to inhibit the body's ability to rotate, all you got to do is bend the knees. And now you can see that that's a very tough place to rotate from. So when you bend your knees, yeah, you're stable, but you're in a position where it makes it very difficult to rotate. And when you see people have too much knee flex, it's inhibiting lower body rotation. Well, do a little experiment and look, I try to bring to you instruction that is based on the reality of how the body works. It's not anecdotal per se. So do me a favor, take your pelvis, stop it from moving, just don't let it move, hold it still, make sure the belt buckle is staying still, and then see how much you can rotate your torso. Don't let your pelvis move. And what you find out is that you have about 40 degrees of torso rotation, not a lot. You need pelvis rotation to allow torso rotation. So when you bend your knees too much, it inhibits pelvis rotation, which will inhibit upper body rotation. So it's just, the way the body works. So we want to promote lower body rotation, but we also want to promote that we stabilize lower body. It's one of the things that I struggle with occasionally is I don't necessarily have too much knee flex. I tend to get too much in my backswing when I'm stabilizing, and it does inhibit my rotation a little bit. So here's some function of the lower body that I want you to pay attention to, is how exactly do you want the lower body to work? And ideally what I want to see, and this is what I practice quite often because I like the feeling of this, is I practice having the leg relatively straight. Now, locking it out and pushing it back isn't correct either. You want it straight and stable. A little flex, okay. You just don't want to see a big flex in the knees. That's where I tend to get in some trouble with my own swing. What it does, people ask me when I bring up these things, well, what does it cause? Well, to me, I back it up to cause and effect. If I reduce rotation here, it shortens the rotation here, and it shortens my swing, so I can lose speed, number one. Number two is I can get over the top as well. So if you're thinking about that, and what does it cause in ball flight? It can cause a lot of things, pulls, hooks, slices, everything. Everything is caused by the same stuff. It depends how the face angle is oriented at impact. So many of you try to solve your swing problems by saying, I'm slicing it, should I close the face? No, it's not the way this whole thing works. So watch what I do here as we get into this lower body motion. I like to feel at address that my legs are relatively straight. When I go back, my trail leg is straight and stable. And then when I come down, I talked about this in a previous video, it stays internal. Now, internal means that it's like if I turn my foot this direction, see, that's an internal rotation of the leg. so I can keep my foot internal. See, that's internal rotation. That's why you'll see the foot roll sometimes. If I get knee flex, see, it promotes external. See, that's external. So knee flex is always, well, and so when I get external, my body goes this direction. When I stay internal, I stay behind it and underneath it, which is where I want to be. Watch this swing here for just a second. And so I'm gonna do one. I'll do one with too much knee flex, and we'll do one with proper knee flex. This is too much knee flex here, and watch what happens here. Okay, so I kind of exaggerated that where I get too much knee flex down. And what I feel in that, when I get too much knee flex, look, the club's probably planing pretty good and upper body's working okay, but I just feel like I can't move, so I can't transition very well. It inhibits motion. All right. And you know, you kind of see this look like this, I can't get back to the ball. Watch this one here. This is where I'm going to keep it where I like it, internally rotated, keep it pretty straight, kind of back a little bit. It pushes my pelvis back a little bit, which I like. And gosh, it creates room. Like you'll see it, even though it still comes in, I have more room. Whereas if I'm bending it like this, I don't have enough room. So it stays back, stays internal. Do a quick comparison here so you can see how one is staying more back and one is turning more in. So again, very important thing, the golf swing and what we teach in the single plane swing, what I spend my time on is the positions of the body, how the body functions, and if you put it in the right places, it frees up the rest of it to work. So again, let's do that one more time. It's pretty fun to do a before and after comparison here. All right, another bad one here. Too much knee flex, okay? So I start with too much knee flex, and then I get too much knee flex. I didn't hit it bad. Matter of fact, I hit that pretty good. I feel a bit restricted on that. Okay, now we'll do one that I like here. So I like to push the legs back. Notice my pelvis gets pushed back, so it pushes my pelvis back. I'm gonna keep the pelvis back as I turn. And then, man, it just frees it up. It frees up internally so I can return this. That's how the legs should work. So this is where people get in trouble again. They start with too much knee flex, it inhibits rotation, and then it inhibits motion. Pushing the pelvis back with the legs creates rotation, stability, and then more internal rotation, freeing up the motion of the upper body. Hope that helps you today. Give me a thumbs up, click the bell icon. I'll see you in the next video.